bots and babes, it's Captain Dolphin coming to you with the 25th edition of the MSTie Minute. I am very late, only in my own mind because I'm on nobody's schedule but my own. But I am late posting this week because I was out of town last weekend having too much fun at the Dino Hotel, Best Western Southwest, Denver. In fact, I was there for some recording of an upcoming original radio play that they have called the tragical history of Plan the Nine. So actually I have some behind the scenes footage for you guys. I wanted to show you what their podcast studio looks like and have everybody say hello. So cue the footage. So here we are in the Roof Lizard Lounge with the Revival League podcast gang. We are doing...
Howdy.
And got to have the dino. This Ryan back over there, Greg, and then Rob with two B's. So yeah,
2 B's or not 2 B's?
Not 2 B's, yes. And they're getting ready to do some recording for the next original radio play. So wanted to show off the studio, a little behind the scenes for you guys. But that's it. They gotta get to work. So we're heading out. I'm going to the hot tub. Bye.
Bye.
I love hanging out in Denver, especially with my good friends from the Revival League podcast. So it's super awesome with their next original radio play. It's coming up. And I'll talk about that in this week's edition of the MSTie Minute. So let's do it. Let's dive right in. Let's talk about what's happening in the fandom online every week, hosted by me, Captain Dolphin. We have the amazing Colossal Watch Together guide. We're going through and watching essential episodes of MST3K. This week, we will be watching the first episode of Season 11, Reptilicus, where we meet Jonah Kinga and TV son of TV's Frank. So join us, like I said, every Wednesday online, 7:30 in the Riffing Room. I got the link down there for you. Agonywolf Media, they have their robot co-op that is, and no-bot co-op over on YouTube where they're playing through some great nostalgic games, 90s, Secret of Mana, all kinds of fun stuff. Head over there, check that out, give them a watch. And if you're so inclined, visit their Patreon. They have a lot of really cool rewards that I wish I could afford right now, but sadly I can't. Like I mentioned earlier, the Revival League podcast, because I am so late, I did not talk about, they've had two interviews released. They talked with Frank Dietz, who was, as you may know him from Zombie Nightmare. And then this week they interviewed Bridget Thummel, I hope I'm saying that right, the wonderful MSTie who's so super talented and has knitted all those customized hats, sweaters, I mean, like, oh my gosh, so cool. And like I talked about before, their next original radio play, The Tragical History of Plan the Nine, written by Ryan Smith, Greg Talley, and some others from the podcast, that is coming out. It's going to be a two-parter because it's so awesome. They're going to release on March 20th and March 27th. Like I said, I was there. I can tell you it's awesome. It's funny. And they've got some great, amazing talent. Dana Gould, I mean, come on. How cool is that? So let's see, online, the MST3K and more watch together, started by, again, me. This coming weekend, we have some themes. We're going to throw back to the 70s, and Chuck Norris's birthday's coming up, so we're going to watch some karate movies in his honor. And then on the Sunday, we're going to have Mad Scientists Unite. So you'll want to join in for that. If you are in the UK, hopefully you already know that there is an Indiegogo set up and that Frank and Trace, the Mads, will be coming to the Sci-Fi London Festival on May 5th. Now, they need some help covering expenses, so if you're so inclined, again, please go visit them and consider donating money. They get prizes like cool patches, one-of-a-kind stuff that you will get as part of donating. Let's see. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, over in Fairfax, Virginia, they're going to be getting together to, I guess, meet maybe before or after when Frank and Trace come near there on March 23rd. So check out the link down there below. If you're in Louisville, Kentucky, a decent-sized group of folks, they get together pretty much twice a week on Thursdays and Sundays. They have one coming up the 11th and the 15th, which is next Thursday. So follow the links down there and meet up. My good friend Jason Samuels runs that, so you'll want to check it out. If you're in St. Louis, Missouri, Saturday, March 17th, they're having to get together to watch some MST3K. Portland, they have been, I guess, a group for 9 years, which is awesome. They're having a 9th anniversary marathon bash on Sunday, March 18th. So if you're in the Portland area, go check that out. Now, here's a little bit different. This is live riffing, where you go and watch a movie along with the crowd, and there's a select group of folks who riff the movie. In Chicago, they have Down in Front, March 15th. They'll be doing actually a riff along, so excuse me, this one will get to include you, but that's slightly different than what they do most of the time. If you're in Kansas City, Missouri, check out Cinemasochists. They're going to be riffing Turbulence 3 Heavy Metal on March 13th. And if you're in Atlanta, Georgia, go ahead and mark your calendars for April 5th. The guys of Cineprov will be riffing Prisoners of the Lost Universe, so you'll want to check that out. If you hadn't seen, like, the 20 times I've shared it, or, you know, me talking about it all the time, MST3K actually shared the link to the Lego MST3K set that we're trying to get voted up. So please go vote. You do have to set up a profile, but who doesn't want a Lego.com profile, right? So please support that so we can hopefully have an MST3K Lego set. I think that would blow my mind. And of course, the postcard exchange that I also run. March's deadline is already over, but you can go ahead and sign up for April. Just follow the link that I've got down there for you. I think that's it for the fandom. If you are starting out a meetup group, or maybe you're new to an area and you want to know if there's something around you, message me. I'm kind of pretty good at knowing what's going on within the fandom of MST3K, and I like to help others connect. So yeah, shoot me an email, wherever it is, and I'll see if I can help you out. Let's talk about what is happening with the cast and crew, the alumni of our beloved Cowtown Puppet Show. Not so much a cast or crew, but certainly part of MST3K canon is Jackey Neyman Jones. I'm probably always saying it wrong. Jackey, it's Jackey. If you did not hear, you must have been living under a rock, because Manos Returns has its world premiere coming up at Crypticon in Seattle on Friday, May 4th. This is the sequel to Manos, The Hands of Fate, starring Jackey, as one of my good friends, Greg Talley's in it too. So you'll definitely, I mean, if you're in Seattle, you'll go to this world premiere. For me, for everybody else who doesn't live in the area. Jackey also has a podcast called Jackey's Hand of Horror, where she talks about all kinds of cool things. It's released, I believe, every 2 weeks, so you'll want to check that out. If you're in Ohio in beginning of April, so will Jackey be. So go visit Jackey. She'll be at the Cinema Wasteland Movie and Memorabilia Expo at, like I said, the beginning of April. Rifftrax. Again, if you've been under a rock, we have a Kickstarter for 2018. They'll be riffing Space Mutiny and Kroll. Super awesomeness. They've already passed their goal, and they've gone on to doing stretch goals, so you'll definitely want to be a part of that. Even if you give $1, you get 10 free shorts. I mean, that's insanely cheap. So go give them at least $1. And their full-length riffs, Son of Sinbad, are hanging out over there. Invasion of the Animal People for you to pick up. Mike Nelson and Conor Lastowka of Rifftrax also have their podcast, 372 pages, We'll Never Get Back. Right now they're reading through Armada, Ernest Cline's follow-up to Ready Player One, which is now a movie. So you'll want to go over there and give their podcast a listen. And if you didn't already know, because you're new to this game, I am giving away a autographed copy of Conor Lastowka's new book. So Conor Lastowka, he's one of the head writers over at Rifftrax. So if you've ever laughed at Rifftrax, you were probably laughing at Conor's joke. So he has been awesome enough to offer up an autographed copy of his new book, The Pole Vault Championship of the Entire Universe, and you can win it. You can win it by commenting on this video or by following along on my Twitter. There'll be special tweets that you can retweet and like, and that'll get you into the contest for that. So don't miss out on that, because Conor is funny, and obviously his book is funny. Let's see, Mary Jo, if you're in Minneapolis, Minnesota, she does lots of fun stand-up stuff there, and there's one coming up this weekend, March 10th, I think that's Saturday, day? I don't know. I'm not good with dates sometimes. So if you're in Minneapolis, check out the Vaudeville Remix. I've got the link down there for the event that you can follow along. Frank Conniff, good old TV's Frank. As you know, he's got some books. He's often on Sirius XM channel 121. When he tweets about it, I do my best to retweet it so you guys can listen along. And coming up, if you're in Astoria, New York, there is a place called the QED. That's fun to say 5 times fast. On March 14th, he'll be part of Cartoon Dump, where they riff on bad cartoons. And March 16th, which is Friday, in honor of St. Patrick's Day, Frank and several other comedians will be riffing Leprechaun in Space as part of Movies Are Dumb. So you'll want to go see that if you are in the New York area. Speaking of Frank and Trace, they make up the Mads, and the Mads are back. They're coming hopefully to your area as part of their live riffing tours. Coming up is March 23rd in Ashburn, Virginia, where I guess apparently is close to Fairfax. I don't know geography, but they'll be there. And then go ahead and mark your calendar for April 6th and 7th. They'll be in Kansas City, Missouri, 13th, Omaha, Nebraska, and May 1st, one of their newest release dates, they will be in Salt Lake City, Utah. They also have a podcast called Movie Sign with the Mads with Carolina Hidalgo. They recently watched the movie The Oscar and talked about it, and they also talked about Black Panther in their previous podcast. Jonah Ray, been kind of quiet on social media, but he does have a podcast called Jonah Radio. They have new episodes out, and they're now over on MaximumFun.org, and so you can listen to the episodes there. Hampton Yount, our new crow, my new heartthrob, he has his podcast Suicide Buddies that releases new episodes every week. And if you're in LA, March 15th, he'll be doing some stand-up at a place called Amplify. He does a lot of local stand-up there in LA, so you guys are winning when it comes to that. Baron Vaughn, as you hopefully know, is on a show called Corporate on Comedy Central, one of my new favorite shows, renewed for season 2, so that is awesome. And if you happen to miss it, he's on Netflix's Grace and Frankie, which is in their 3rd season, I think. So you can catch Baron there. Felicia Day, busy lady, she's on Sci-Fi's Magician as a character named Poppy, and a very recurring character, which is really cool. If you're going to be in Dallas, she's going to be at the Dallas Fan Expo April 6th through the 8th, and then she flies across the pond to, that was a bad accent, to Poland. She'll be in Poland in May, and then also at the London Comic-Con May 25th through the 27th. So if you're across the pond and you want to go see Felicia Day, she's heading your way, so just hold on. Patton Oswalt, he's on that new show, AP Bio, not so you new anymore. It's been on for several weeks. It's on NBC, and he's also doing a book tour for his deceased wife's book. You'll want, if you're on his tour agenda, definitely go check it out. Sorry, cat is doing things that cats should not do. Grant Baciocco, he has a YouTube channel called Saturday Morning Media. You need to head over there and subscribe and like it and check out his videos. It's a lot of great content. One of the things he also does is a podcast called Under the Puppet, where he talks to other puppeteers. And so he has a new episode out that you can go listen to. He also has his little puppet, Toiley T paper. You'll definitely want to go follow him on Twitter. He's really witty. So I think that's it for the alumni, the cast and crew. I need to go figure out what this cat's doing so she doesn't destroy my house. And for the last bit of our show, we talk about merchandise. Recently, MST3K sent out an email regarding the latest box set. This one is of the singles collection. DVDs that were released individually, but now you can get them in a box set. And if you order now, you can get an exclusive poster, so you'll want to check that out. And of course, over at MST3Kstore.com, they have lots of other goodies, shirts, glassware, oh, that vinyl record. That's what I need to go get, the glow-in-the-dark one. Anywho, so yeah, you can get that over there at MST3K.com. Now, of course, our box sets come through Shout Factory, and if you spend over $50, you get free shipping over there at shoutfactory.com, which is super awesome. And just so you know, the original series, the classic episodes that are on Netflix right now, will be leaving March 15th, but have no fear, they will be replaced with other classic episodes. So if you want to go watch Space Mutiny or what's these Side Hackers, what else, lots of other stuff, go watch it now before it leaves Netflix. Over at Think Geek, they have some fun merchandise. They've got an apron and an oven mitt, a cool mug, and an awesomely fun and warm and fuzzy blanket. So you'll want to go check those out. And Zen Monkey Studios, they have some new pins. We now have a Jonah and a Mike pin. So that means we have pins for all three of the hosts. I need to go pick those up. This is one of the first ones that they did a lot, oh god, it seems like forever ago, but it wasn't. So they have t-shirts and prints and other stuff. Be sure to check out their website and Amazon. Sometimes they have different things, so you will not want to miss out on that. Oh, and they're getting patches, so huzzah! I can't wait for some patches. I think that's it for this week of the MSTie Minute, episode 25. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment here or to follow along with the tweet so you can win an autographed copy of Conor Lastowka's new book. So, and it's going to be personalized. He's going to put your name in it. So you definitely want to enter. Don't want to miss out on that. It can be a collector's item someday. I think that's it. Captain Dolphin, she's out. Love and riffs. Bye.